fast
It
as
goes
goes.
fast.
Okay. So we are on week 2, nutrition and supplements. And I know I probably sound like a broken record if you guys have listened to some of my classes before, but um, I really, really like talking about the nutrition and supplements because I find that it's actually one of the highest impact effects that we can have. Now, it's a lot more long term than some of the oils that, like, oh my goodness, where'd my headache go? Or like, wow, I can't believe I slept so well last night or whatever. Sometimes it's not an immediate effect, but I feel like when you really understand the deep considerations, thoughtfulness, science that's gone into formulating these supplements, and then look at the value of the cost of them, it's really, really amazing. So I'm going to start off with a couple housekeeping things and then we'll jump in. So this is how we will, actually I gotta do this one. If you want to comment, oh, sorry, go back to this one. Okay. If you want to comment, the best way to do it if you're on your mobile device is to tap your screen and you'll see this. Oops, just kidding. Oh, go back. Okay, you'll see one of these things here and you'll tap on participants and then chat on there so that you can make your comment. And the reason you'd want to comment is because you get to win stuff. So if you're attending live right now, we are so happy you're here. We want you to comment while you're in the class because we'll read your comments and periodically it adds value for us. And it also qualifies you to be able to get a little extra sample. Today, your sample bottle would be of Serenity. So whoever we pick randomly out of the hat at the end is going to get some Serenity. And yeah, Marcella's like, oh yeah, make a mental note. I need to write down people's names. Yes, thank you, lovely assistant Marcella. Okay, so when we have, if you are not listening live and commenting live, as we had just taken a look at, that's okay. You'll be just doing this Google form, super easy. I try to make this, oh, did I just close it? Nope, here we go. This interaction tracker for nutrition and supplements is where you're going to land when you follow the link that Marcella's put in the comments. Or if you go to my YouTube page and find this or follow the link that's in the emails, you'll find this Google form. And as you fill out the questions to it and submit the questions at the end, you will notice that the questions correspond to what we're asking in this class. And at the bottom, we will ask you if you, whoops, just kidding. I just changed the order of this. Sorry, guys. Apparently I have the wrong one. So this is, did you win a prize during the live class for participating? So that would be the Serenity, and then you have to give your address. Okay, so that's awesome. And what classes are we going to be doing? It's these 8 classes. We have already finished I Have Wills Now What. You could look back on the in the YouTube playlist, or you'll be able to find them on the Facebook page, which I'll tell you about in a minute. Today we're doing nutrition and supplements, but we have many more to go through. And when you do watch and fill out the Google form for all 8 of these classes before June 9th, we will be happy to give you one of 3 diffusers of your choice. So definitely take advantage of that. How can you connect with me? Here's my email. Here's where you can find me on YouTube. My phone number that is for text for doTERRA stuff only, which I answer during certain business hours, is listed here. And another fun way where you can interact with us is on our essential oil place. This one's actually super fun. You do need your doTERRA account to be able to get into this one. And I thought maybe it might be interesting for you guys to note that we actually have, oh, I think I'm messing this up.
That's okay. We'll fix it later.
You're a good sport. Okay, so when people ask questions, say about their flare up of pain or whatever like that, you'll notice that people give a lot of comments about it quickly. Like this was only a few hours of difference time, and people are commenting to say, "Hey, try this, try that." So I love that. And now, if you would rather look into something that's a little bit more about community and maybe has some other, oh, I'm totally messing this up. I'm sorry. So this one's fun because you don't have to have an account, and you can go ahead and invite friends to this one. This is, we call it Enamored with Nature Oil Education. And we have a lot of fun info on there. And it's a nice hub to find information and just be a lot more free. And you'll find things that are tending more towards being courageous. You find a lot of things about DIYs, and you probably also will find a lot of things geared towards moms. But we do have a variety of people who post. All right. If you have not yet received your welcome email with super helpful links to the different kinds of um, resources available to you, please let me know. You saw my email address. You can let me know or put it on the Google form so we can get that to you. And let's go ahead and launch into our the meat of our of our class about nutrition and supplements. And I want you guys to start with the question: are you the type of person who regularly takes supplements? So you can either type that in now, or if you're in the Google form, you'll go ahead and answer that as you go. Are you the type of person who regularly takes supplements? There's a wide variety of answers that I'm sure will come. As you're typing, I'm going to talk to you about a question: why are people around us so sick? Notice we have pictures of fast food and of pills and things like that, right? And it's not only um, things that we make choices about, right? But the fact is that we can make choices. And there are some things that are not necessarily environmental or EMFs and things like that. Sometimes we can choose to do things better, taking a look at our nutrition and taking a look at the other kinds of pills that we put in our mouth. Another thing that's interesting to think about is, do you think we get what we need for good health from our food? I know there's a lot of info out there these days, but I'm finding that a lot of the more holistic doctors are saying it's pretty much impossible to get what we really need from food these days, just as much as soil depletion goes on, as much as just environmental factors are concerned. So we do have concerns about this, and most people, most holistic doctors agree that in many cases, supplementation is needed. So nutrition allows us to have increased energy and increased mental clarity, and also supports the cardiovascular health and proper inflammatory responses. So I feel like this is kind of a big deal. And I'm going to tell you guys about the lifelong vitality supplements after Marcella mentions to us what is what a couple of people have said for their answers.
So I saw a yes and a no. So
Mm.
I said yes. I actually love the lifelong vitality. I know that when I don't take it, I feel it. But even before doTERRA, I was a big supplement user. So it just kind of was a natural transition to transition into using the LLV.
Awesome. Very good. Thanks. Okay. Um, so you notice that she said something about LLV, which I'll go ahead and clarify means lifelong vitality supplements. And we call it LLV very affectionately. And then you'll find that so here's a little note here about LRP. I'll tell you there's a really easy and cheap way to get these, which makes a lot of sense. Go ahead and start typing in the chat for me too. Question number 2 is, have you personally tried the lifelong vitality supplements yet? And if so, how long have you been using them? I think I know a couple of you guys on here have been using them for a while. Okay, so type in the chat if you've used them personally and how long. Now, the nutritional equivalent of 12 servings of fruit and vegetables is in every serving of these. They're whole food sources with no fillers. They have essential oils to maximize the support that we're getting, and the omegas in our capsule, which preserve their potency longer. A couple of things that you may be also interested to know about these is there originally had been this mega dosing idea, this craze about mega dosing, where you put like more, like so much more vitamin C or whatever it was into a supplement that you knew that the body wouldn't actually be able to handle it, but you just figure, okay, well, it'll flush out whatever it doesn't, actually need. But they found that that isn't actually the case, that many times it actually taxes the system so that we're not even absorbing as much as we do need. So finding this optimal range was something that doTERRA started doing first before the trend began to change. And what I find also interesting about some of these things is that they do have, because it's based on science, not just trends. You'll find that the lifelong vitality supplements that you get, say, from China, will have different ratios of the vitamins here based on what people would be missing from their typical diet. And again, and it's the whole goal here is the increased energy and increased mental clarity, as well as emotional support, being able to just be at your peak best emotionally as well. So many other supplements, especially the ones that you find in tablet form, you would only get 8 to 12% of what is in the tablet, the hard form tablet, which, as many of you guys know, we often hear gets chucked out in through the toilet, the sewage system, and buckets and buckets, like 12 buckets per day in some of the larger cities of very obvious non-broken down vitamin, just from whatever Costco or everything. A lot of people get some of these. We find that they are not being digested or fully utilized. So it does make a difference how you source these, how you make them, and how bioavailable they are to your body. So in brief, I'm going to let you guys know the Microplex VMZ, this food nutrient, you can think of like it's vitamins, and it's amazing. That XE Omega has the omega fatty acids as well as the essential oils into it as well. And what's cool, this one is blended with the essential oils so that it's able to penetrate the layers, so that you get the cognitive and joint support, and also very supportive for inflammation. The Alpha CRS is a powerhouse and super amazing antioxidant, for all of these kinds of things. It tells the cells to repopulate. All the good cells that need to repopulate just start doing that. And anyone who kind of has a little bit of fog or low energy is going to want to make sure that these are included with these other two. I know typically you hear about vitamins and omegas, and this cellular vitality stuff really makes this, the overall vitality, dream come true. Okay, I want Marcella to tell us about who here has been taking the supplements, and if so, how long? Oh, Marcella, you're muted.
Sorry, I was drinking water and I didn't want everybody to hear me. So other than myself, I have one person that's been taking them for 3 weeks. So no one else has tried them yet, as far as I can tell. But yes.
Okay.
Oh, let me see. Oh, no, the other person also has not tried them. So we have mostly new people.
That's good. We want you here to learn. So it's fantastic. All right, good stuff. Let me go through and mention a couple other things that are so great. Oh, actually, you know what? I forgot. There's something else that I want to show you guys about the awesome set of 3. So when we see the value of, oh no, let me go back. No, this one. No, where did I put it? It's this one. Okay, yeah. Being that these particular supplements, these lifelong vitality supplements, are so high impact, doTERRA actually has a 30-day money-back guarantee, so that if you're like, "Meh, I'll go ahead and give them a try. I haven't really felt much effect from supplements before, but I want to give them a try." You have, if you take them as directed for 30 days and send back the empty bottles saying that you have not found a significant improvement, doTERRA will give you your money back. So this is fantastic, and I suggest you take advantage of it. Um, and but the interesting thing about it is, especially when you get it super, super cheap, we are able to actually get so it's 79 something or another for no, is it 89? Marcella, help me, is it 89?
79.50. It's on the next slide.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Okay, 79.50 for to get the whole set here. Yep, you're right. Yeah, so 79.50, which would retail at 106. So even if we just did that, but you went into say GNC or something like that, and you wanted to okay, get some astaxanthin, get some borage, some CoQ10, some resveratrol, some omega as well, all that together, you would spend $250 more than the retail price to get the ingredients in the lifelong vitality supplements if you wanted to get it at equal levels. Not for mega dosing, but for levels that are be considered an ideal range. And so it's definitely a significant savings to be able to get it this way. I also know of doctors who have prescribed the lifelong vitality supplements in place of what they had been processing themselves. But wait, there's more. Also, through the loyalty rewards program, you can actually add up to 3 select supplements at reduced prices for even more savings. So normally when if you were to buy these individually, you'd have a higher cost versus getting them in this set. But then you can also have these particular supplements right here. You get to have them for notice this one, guys. This is my favorite, the deep blue polyphenol complex. It's $59.50, and that's with our discounted price. That's not even retail price, right? But that's what you pay if you just want it, because it has this frankincense resin in it. It's amazing and so good for inflammation. I'll tell you guys more about it in a minute. But it's only $20 when you get it together with this the lifelong vitality pack. So I think that is even getting the price down farther makes it very reasonable to give it a try. Where did my slide go? No, this one. No, this one. Yes. Okay, found it again. All right. A couple of the things that I love Terrazyme has always been a lifesaver in my particular family. Enzymes are really important as we continue to age, and our bodies don't make the enzymes in our own body as well. We do still get enzymes from our food, which is great, but sometimes to break down our food, we need more of our stomach enzymes and the metabolic enzymes. And so this is very, very helpful, so that if we are, taking full ownership of our body and doing all the right things with the organic stuff and juicing and things like that, we want to be able to absorb more of it. And so this Terrazyme breaks down some of those parts of the food and allows our body to intake them at a more efficient rate. We also instead of my son specifically, I'll tell you more about him in just a minute, but this happens to be really, really great if you have any kind of issues with food sensitivities. If you ever go out to restaurants and find yourself having, some poor reactions afterwards, this Terrazyme is an easy thing to just swallow after. If you're looking for weight loss help, then this would be great to do ahead of time so that it actually, surprisingly, you feel fuller faster. You wouldn't think so, but when your food gets broken down at a faster rate, so you take it like 20 minutes beforehand, your food gets broken down more efficiently. And as long as you're listening to your full signal and not continuing to eat because your plate is holding more food or whatever, this Terrazyme is helpful in so many ways. Now, taking a look at gut health, there's a couple things that are not good for us for gut health, right? We have an unhealthy diet. We could have the antibiotic use that kind of breaks down good gut flora, lack of regular physical activity, poor sleep habits, or stress. These are all things that lead to poor gut health. And the way to restore some of those that doTERRA would like to put forward is, sorry, nope, that's not, nope, this here is the PB Assist. This one is 6 billion CFUs of active probiotic cultures. But what I think is so cool is that it also comes with a prebiotic. And the prebiotic, you can see right here in this little itty bitty, the empty, that looks like an empty portion, but there's really like this goop. And it's so fun because these little alien guys, the chlorella that is encapsulating the good guys and the goop that's on the outside just really creates a super favorable environment so the good guys can repopulate and get everything going in your stomach so well. We always tell you to take it with food, and I'm actually doing a cleanse right now. I'm taking 3 at the end of the day, while I still have some digestive juices in my stomach, but I'm allowing them to sit overnight so that they can repopulate well. Now for kids, this is amazing. I mean, you guys can tell it's kind of pixie stick style. This PB Assist Junior is so easy for our kids to be able to intake. And again, there's the 6 different probiotic strains at the 5 billion live cells level. Like this is seriously really good stuff. And because it's so great for like I used to think that like you had to have the refrigeratable probiotic to make sure that you had the live stuff, but the encapsulation process here is really awesome. And so when you look at the sugar content from these probiotic sachets versus say like, you know, yogurt or something like that, where like the amount of probiotics versus the sugar content, which isn't good for the good guys. This is a really nice ratio, and it's super easy for anyone to integrate into their daily routine. And I'll tell you a little secret. It actually is, it's kind of a nice treat for those of you who may be trying to avoid doing a lot of sugar, but like something a little bit sweet at the end of the evening, but you don't want to open up the tub of ice cream. These are really nice little handy 1 serving size kind of thing to just kind of dump in your mouth and enjoy and walk away and feel awesome about it and feeling like you're doing something really good. And back to this one. Okay, so we're going on, and I actually have another question for you guys. Oh, actually, no, I don't. I don't have it yet. I can't ask it yet. All right, so we have a couple targeted options that will maximize some wellness. I mentioned the deep blue polyphenol complex. You have that word polyphenol. I love that. Polyphenol, POLYPHENOL. This polyphenol complex is amazing. So we're actually going to make this the code word. So if you're filling out your Google form, there you go. Now you know, polyphenol, deep blue polyphenol complex. And so what does this do? This has all the flavonoids and things like that that cause, well, all the good things to happen. all of all of the stuff that goes with it that you can't find in an actual vitamin, but is really important for us to have, like the joint function and all those smaller processes that you often don't even think about. Polyphenols are what support all those processes. So like if you've heard, oh yeah, pomegranate's good for you and olive oil is good for you and flaxseed is so good for you and frankincense is good for you. All of these kinds of things are found right here in this polyphenol complex. So really, really important to have this available to you, especially if you have a kind of a episodic kind of issue. Now, I do love to have the Deep Blue Rub as the lotion, which we won't talk about here, but that as a topical thing is fantastic. But sometimes we need something that would be kind of an answer to what you might reach for just over the counter wise to get some inflammation relief. And this would be the healthy version of that. That isn't going to mess with your liver a lot, but it's going to very much be supportive. So this Deep Blue Polyphenol complex is amazing. I also like the adaptive calming blend. This capsule here go along with um, the topical stuff that we also enjoy so much. We find it very helpful for feelings of overwhelm, kind of like scattered brained or like anxious feelings. Now, what's cool about this is it does have the GABA complex in here and an ahi flower, which is an herbal combination, and also has the essential oils in it. So what's really cool about that is when you're using it topically as well as like this like herbal plus kind of capsule, it really makes a big difference. And I'll just shoot it out there for you guys. There's a Facebook group that has like 17,000 people who are like talking about their testimonies about how adaptive has helped them in a very long-term kind of a way for some of these kinds of things to get off, medications that they may have been using previously for just helping mental health happen well. Okay, and let me tell you about these turmeric capsules. I love these. I just gave somebody some of these today. I like, so you'll notice just like for the probiotics, they are a dual chamber capsule. And these are 11 times more available to your body when you're looking at how things compare to just your typical, turmeric capsule that you might pick up from, from Whole Foods or something like that. The reason that they are so effective is they have the essential oil in one portion and the botanical in the other. And this makes them 11 times more powerful and more available to you. That's going to be important, by the way, if you guys are filling out the Google form, 11 times more available to your body. So what's cool about this is the tumerones and the curcuminoids are both present. And the reason we need that is because normally when you have them separate, your body can't fully take in the one or the other. And having them in combination like this, which other than if you're actually chawing on the regular actual root, you wouldn't get nearly as much benefit in fighting those free radicals and protecting from oxidative damage and all the inflammatory kinds of things. These are really cool because sometimes I give somebody one of these and within minutes they'll notice the difference. Let me go back to, okay, so those are, okay, and some people are also telling me that turmeric capsules help them with forgetfulness, especially for people who are aging. So that may be of interest to you as well. Okay, Serenity Soft Gels, some good stuff. Again, more stories run through my mind about people who have gotten off of their medications of different kinds and things like that because of these Serenity Soft Gels, which again have some of the GABA complex in there to help with just sleeplessness and ease of going to sleep. But also really great is that you don't end up feeling groggy the next day. So that's a big deal, I think, if you're talking about that. Now, we do have a lesson about sleep and essential oils that's coming up. So never fear. If you have more questions about that, you'll be able to get more info during lesson number 6. Phytoestrogen and bone nutrient. These are also important. And the biggest thing I want you to take away about this phytoestrogen is that it's not only women who can benefit from it. We find, girls in their teens obviously can benefit from having a little extra support if they're having a really rough time with their period. Women who are going through the opposite phase of life also find some huge benefits from this phytoestrogen. But even men suffering from low T find many benefits here. So what I think is cool is it really helps to actually balance the hormone levels, right? So it's not like not going to artificially boost your estrogen level, and it's not going to actually like take it away and make it lower either. It's very balancing, and because that's how things that are natural are supposed to work for our bodies. They're supposed to be balancing, not artificially doing one thing or the other, right? So you find this actually to it almost works more like a trash collector, and it clears out the harsh, bad estrogens that we get, from the environment and things like that. So it really acts like a trash collector in our bodies. And when we get all junked up, those receptors get junked up with environmental toxins and things like that. This can be super helpful. And that's why it's so great for infertility issues and, low T and stuff like that, even for men. So again, you'll find like things like flaxseed and pomegranate in here. And but also for us ladies, this is amazing for breast health, right? Of all those tissues and those organs that support all the things that that make a woman are definitely have some benefits with this. And so I want that'll be important for you guys to know that it benefits women, girls, and men. That phytoestrogen. Oh, and the bone nutrient, actually, guys, I should tell you about that too. Bone nutrients. For the way that this is made up is the highest quality, most absorbable and efficient use of calcium that our body can intake, combined with the magnesium and potassium so that we can actually absorb it. Some of the calcium pills, those are ones that come out the other end and they're in their full shape, those little tablets. So these are capsules. They're going to be absorbed into your body better. And the ingredients in them, besides having no fillers, it's so much more about what's going to be able to be used in your body. And actually, for the price, I think these are only like $16 for the bottle or something like that. For the amount of calcium that you're getting, it's really, really a great, great price. Mito 2 Max is another one that I want to tell you guys about. This has been great. It's called Mito 2 Max because it really helps to maximize our mitochondria. Mitochondria being the energy centers of our body. And so these are like if you can think of just all the things that go into our energy production, including, how we artificially stimulate with caffeine or with, other harmful stimulants and things like that. This tonifies and assists the adrenals. It doesn't artificially boost them. So if you're looking for stamina or mental clarity or even just efficient use of oxygen, like if you try to do these afternoon workouts after work or something like that, this has been super helpful. My brother especially has mentioned that he's like the Mito 2 Max. He's a firefighter. Zendocrine complex. Also very good. I'm actually taking this right now. I do a 30-day cleanse a couple times a year. And so I'm currently getting towards the end of that. And Zendocrine complex is really great. This especially helps to filter the liver and the lungs and the kidneys. So it's not just the colon sweep that most people think of, when they think about doing a cleanse. This is really great for organs and things like that as well. Great for all the detoxifications. And this doesn't necessarily make you run to the bathroom, which I think is great. It's the 2 capsules daily. You do like an AM and PM, especially when you're doing things with like as a cleanse. And surprisingly, it actually is really is supporting of our liver and our mood, not just like some of the things that we would normally think of. So the last one that we'll mention here for the targeted support is about the Yarrow Palm Cellular Beauty Complex, and mostly like because we call it Cellular Beauty Complex, we're thinking of it as being amazing for all the skin firmness and reducing imperfections and things like that. So the things that you need on the inside as like a vitamin sort of thing to be able to have great skin on the outside, just illumination and brightness of complexion and things like that. So those are things you would naturally think of, but it also offers some hormone support and is really great for the epithelial kind of variances in our body. And and of course, just metabolic function. So some people find that they're kind of able to release a little bit extra weight when they're using this particular supplement as well. And I don't know how to say this, but it's good for if you need a little life in the girls area, the chest. It's very helpful there as well. Okay, so of these targeted options to maximize wellness, I am curious if you'll go ahead and comment for me, guys. What of these targeted supplements do you think that you need the most? I know probably a lot of you are thinking of, oh, so-and-so really needs that adaptive, or so-and-so could probably use that Meadow 2 Max. But what do you think you need the most? Okay. If you want to put it in the comments about the other person, that's fine too. But that's going to be your question. So go ahead and put that in there. I think I have, do I have this one? Okay, I'm going to, as you guys continue to answer, actually, let me stop my share for just a second so I can see. Yeah, okay, I'm getting really close on time here. Let me talk about the, I'll get it right. I'm gonna talk about the loyalty rewards program. I was going to take you guys to the to my doTERRA. Actually, I guess I could still take you. I'll show you guys just as we go. I'll go ahead and log into my website here. And if you guys ever can't remember your password or your member number, whatever, you can reach out to one of us and we can help you get that straightened. I'm going to push the edit order button. Now I already made my my order for April, so this is showing for May. But what I want you guys to notice is that, so I'm getting the daily nutrient pack, which has 2 of these. I happen to already have some other alpha CRS, so I'm doing the one that's only $59.50 instead of $79.50. But if I want to, I can actually customize this and add in an alpha CRS to it instead. But I already have some extras. So I'm getting the PB Assist for my probiotics. I'm getting the Terrazyme. My family cannot live without the Terrazyme, and this deep blue polyphenol complex, which is so good for pain or anything like that. It's become our substitute for some of the other things that we would typically keep in a medicine cabinet. And Cypress is great for movement. Oh, hey guys, Neroli is actually, let me go ahead and show you guys this too. Neroli is 10% off during April. I got mine already and I love it, love it, love it. There's really nothing like it. I like it for skin. I like it for like mental alertness. I like it for balancing my ups and downs throughout the day. So I find it very, very effective. I like it a lot. And then, wait, let me go back to this one. Notice that because I went over 125 for my PV, like my, whatchamacallit, product value, I got the free item product of the month, which was lime. But coming into May, it'll be something else. I have no idea what it'll be, but I know I'll love it. So I now have 51 points in my account, which I can feel free to just click in here and use as I like. And to help you understand how the some of the art and ins and outs of the LRP loyalty rewards program are, here's a fun little, I think, fairly helpful graphic. So at only one PV, if I'm just getting like my one cypress or my one wild orange or whatever, I'm going to keep my LRP points, those 51 points that I had just pointed out to you guys. Those are going to stay there. And if I'm ordering 50 or more, then I can actually have my points increase all the way up to 30. Now, me personally, I've been doing the loyalty rewards order for, over 13 months by far. And so I'm already getting my 30% back. And so I'm going to maintain all of that by just doing one PV. So no problem if I need to reduce it for some reason. But at 50 is where I start to increase it from 10 to 15 to 20 to 25 and then up to 30. So after 13 months, as you keep growing, and this is, you can even split it up in between. But that's how I get my extra benefits. At 100, I qualify to receive income. And at 125 is when I get my free product of the month, which I mentioned was lime recently. And I don't know what it'll be yet in May, but it's always awesome. So if you have questions about that, we can answer more. Here's one other quick thing that I wanted to share with you guys that's a little bit new. The respiratory kit and the sleep kit have never been offered before this month. We've enjoyed the relief kit. I've actually gotten several of these already, and I'm into the third round of these. So when you choose your program, so say like you're like, I'm going to really address my mind and mood because I need a lot of help in that area. So each month you get a new kit of specialized products for your program. So instead of just trying to guess, oh yeah, well, I heard that this might be good, but now I don't know what else to get, the Mind and Mood has a series of 3. So each month you receive a new kit of those particular things. So you'll get to try new things that are all targeted to support your particular health issues. And then you, like, over the 3 months that you're focusing, right, the idea of this 30, 60, 90-day plan, being able to target and get a handle on emotions and mental health, then like you have the solution after about 90 days. And then you can either choose to repeat it or to pick a whole different program, something that you target for that instead. Okay, I want to go back and ask Marcella to tell me what some of the what some of the answers were about of the targeted support things. What did everybody seem to want the most?
Adaptive and the phytoestrogen, which is one I was going to put in. That's what I want to try. I haven't tried that one yet, but yeah, adaptive, that's a great one too.
Yeah. Awesome. Great. All right, Marcella, would you go ahead and also keep telling us a little bit more about the 3 kinds of people that use
Sure.
doTERRA?
Yes, let me share my screen here. Yes, so doTERRA, there's usually 3 types of people that join doTERRA. And so I love talking about the 3 types of people because I feel like I went through each phase when I started doTERRA. So the first type of person is someone who just wants to live a healthy lifestyle. And doTERRA supports these type of people by, giving them education. There's all kinds of resources online, as well as we help by building community, like the Facebook pages and these classes where you can get education, and we're always available. And that's basically how I started with doTERRA. I just wanted to get a handle on some of my health issues. And that was pretty much it. I was like, if I could do that, if I could help my husband, maybe help my mom, I'd be good. That's it. I don't need to do this as a business. Then this, and 85% of people join doTERRA that way. So if that's all you're interested in, that's fine. That we will support you there, and that is okay. Shares is the next type of person that joins doTERRA, and they're usually the type of people who can't help but share with maybe friends and family, just close people, people who kind of enter their circle of influence. And I quickly became a sharer when I would see people come in and they'd be like sniffling and sneezing due to the seasonal changes going on outside. And I'd just be like, well, I have a solution. Would you like to try something natural? Like, it's worked for me. Why not? And I couldn't help but share it. So these kinds of people are supported by doTERRA by an amazing compensation plan where you can get your oils paid for. And we like to call it natural free healthcare, or free natural healthcare. And I quickly realized I love these oils. They're helping the people around me. People are seeing results. So I think I'd like to get my oils paid for, but I don't really want to do this like as a business, real business, seriously. But then there's builders who are watching, like Amanda and myself, or other people doing doTERRA who have really impacted lives, and start thinking, I want to change lives. I want to change the world. And I kind of knew I became a builder when I was coming home from a trip to San Francisco, where I had managed to get through during spring, get through a week of being out there in the wilderness without any over-the-counter medications. And we were coming home, and people on the plane with us were sniffling and sneezing because it was April and spring. And I kind of leaned over to my hubby and said, hey, Tony, would it be inappropriate for me, or would it be okay for me to run up and down the aisles and give people some oils? And he said, no, you can't do that. So I did not. But at that point, I knew I needed to be a builder. I wanted to replace my income. And my goal, honestly, is to retire Tony and bring him home. So that's what my plan is. But just to put this in a frame of mind for you guys, just this pipeline story that I like to share is the idea of this woman who lived in a village, and she used to haul buckets. And if she hauled more buckets, she got more money. If she hauled less buckets, or for some reason got sick and couldn't haul buckets, she didn't make money that day. And so she was tied to those buckets. And eventually she decided to build a pipeline. So she took her spare time and her spare money and put it into building this pipeline so she could get water from the water source to the village. And once she turned on that spigot and the pipeline was working, it changed her life, because she was no longer tied to hauling those buckets. And just last year, I was in that position of hauling buckets, where I was working for a company, and basically exchanging dollars for hours for dollars. And it was exhausting, and I didn't get to see my family very much, and it interrupted like the stuff I wanted to do. And it was a lot of sacrifice I was making for basically to get paid for hours, and it wasn't a lot. So it's just something to think about, like, where are you and where would you rather be? Hauling buckets, or maybe having a pipeline where you have income that is coming even if you're not hauling. So just a quick, how do we make money with doTERRA? If it's something that maybe you're thinking in the back of your mind, we basically sample people, we teach them how to use their oils, they get enrolled, and then we support them. And that's basically what we do. But it's not just about that. It's not just about getting a paycheck. Like, we also get the free products that, like Amanda shared, the product of the month. We get there's always different months where they'll make special sales, where if you spend so much, you might get something for free. So just always being rewarded. Now that I'm not hauling buckets, and I'm kind of setting my own hours and choosing my own goals, I have more of a purpose, which is really really neat. I'm not working for someone else's goals and purposes. I'm working for my own purpose and goals. My health is better than it's ever been. I'm about to turn 50 this year, and I think I'm probably healthier than I was when I was 30. And yes, I don't mind saying I'm turning 50. And then changing the world. I've said it before, my passion and I feel most fulfilled when somebody says these oils have changed my life. And I've actually gotten the privilege to have people say that to me because of how these oils have affected them. So that is my little spiel. And if you guys think that you are builders or sharers, just let me know and we will talk and we will reach out to you.
So perfect. Love it, love it, love it. Especially, yeah, the idea of the whole changing the world. I also love the aspect that doTERRA really makes um, like a really large push to be able to keep things as like keep those family units making money as opposed to farming out to third parties, and that focusing on being able to work with people in smaller third world countries as opposed to like going with the big conglomerates and or trying to do it in house or that kind of thing. So that also, like, not only is it changing our world in terms of helping people get a handle on some of their natural wellness, but also changing the world as in the people who are harvesting are getting what they should be given, which gives us a better product because when things are harvested with love and when people are getting 8 times the going rate for for what they're harvesting and making into these essential oils, that puts a lot of goodness in where it should be, and so that's just also beautiful too, to have that world impact as well as like the personal life changes as well too. So love it, love it, love it. Thank you. We are just about to go into the question and answer time, but really quick, I want to have us draw the names of whoever was commenting tonight. So Marcella is gonna.
So I had one job.
No, you're fine. You're fine. We can even do it off camera if we need to as well. If you don't have it ready, I just go ahead and should I sign off?
I'm ripping papers as we speak. I was
We'll
gonna say
go-
we could do it really easy. How about this? Can everybody who's here live right now put a number in the chat between
Oh, yeah.
1 and 10, and I will go write a number down. I will be right back.